ladies and gentlemen, let's just get right into it. We're gonna tier 4 Emma Frost. We're gonna tier 4 Shala Ball soon as well, but we're gonna tier 4 Emma first. I definitely want to use her in PvP. I think she has value. 5-star artifact, build's pretty decent. We got a mighty CTP of Conquest here. We only have one Odin's Blessing right now, and she does need as much attack as possible, which we covered in yesterday's video because of Reflect characters. But let's just go ahead and tier 4 her and see what is up. We've got 23,800 tier 4 materials. I've been burning through them lately. I had like 40,000 at one point. Let me just make note of this. 23,808. Let's go, baby. Let's go! 13. Okay, 7. 25. Wow. 25 again. Wow. 13. Very cool, Netmarble. Very cool. Yeah, I could test her at level 80. We did 11 too. We did a bit of testing on the live stream. 15. 16. Let's get single digits here. 23. No. Okay. That's great. That's great. Thanks, Netmarble. Very cool. Very, very cool. The thing is, she's going to perform better at tier 4. 7, 11, and I think for seasonals at this point, 9, 18, 1. Oh, the 1 was very good. I'm not going to lie. That 1 was very, very good. Sound like a Principal Seymour Skinner. 6, 15, 16, 1, 21, and then 1 again. 6. Oh, hey, 6. Okay, so the last 2 gears were very affordable. Very, extremely affordable. After the first 2 were slightly expensive. My gold is taking a pounding. We're under 200 million for the first time in, I don't know how long, man. 2 years, maybe? This is wild. But let's go ahead and hit the advancement here. So, in total... Alright, let's hit the button first. We're seeing... Oh, man, I barely touched the thing. Don't disconnect. I'm yelling at technology here, guys. We're doing... It's amazing. That's pretty cool. That looks pretty cool. That's her tier 3 animation. That looks pretty nice. I like it. Here's the thing, guys. I think I have to start a very painful journey for myself and possibly others. You don't have to take the journey with me, but I think I have to start taking the journey. And the journey is essentially... It's not that I'm going to stop testing characters before tier 4. It's just that I'm going to give much less weighting, personally, to the results of the pre-tier 4 testing. Particularly if it's just middling, right? If it's really good, obviously that matters. If it's really bad, that kind of matters. I'm not saying they don't matter anymore, but when it's kind of middling, when it's kind of halfway, there's flashes of value, but it's not what we wanted necessarily. Like not what we wanted, but it's not like super OP. I'm just gonna, it's like just whatever, man. So that cost 6,000. That was 6,000 carbo all in. That was not good. That was expensive. Okay, very nice, very, very nice. And the reason why I'm going to focus more on tier 4 now is basically the same thing that I said in yesterday's video. It's been 3 years now. We kind of have to get over, or not get over, but I have to at least get on with, and it's kind of let go of the idea that like, okay, the character has to be good at 70 tier 3, they have to be good at 80, right? Because there's tier 4 now, and it's been 3 years. And if I apply the same logic, 3 years after tier 3 was introduced, I wasn't expecting characters to be good at tier 2. I wasn't. When characters got uniforms in 2021, before tier 4 came out, we didn't expect them to be good until we tested them at tier 3 or transcended, right? So I think the same thing kind of goes here. Obviously, there can be exceptions to the rule. And I'm not saying that there shouldn't be exceptions to the rule. I'm sure there should be some characters that come out that are really good before tier 4, like, for example, Storm. But I just think that it shouldn't be the norm. Like, we shouldn't be expecting it from characters to be good before tier 4, because then it kind of just makes tier 4 meaningless, and then that kind of screws up the whole game, if you know what I mean, right? So, anyways, we're going to test her here. I'm ranked 256. Again, just one Odin's Blessing. This is what the gear looks like. We got most things capped that need to be capped. The attack speed's a bit over capped. Not too much I can do about that. I believe it's because I have Power of Angry Hulk instead of Overdrive. I don't really want to re-roll it right now because of my gold situation, but I could re-roll it to give her an extra 8% crit damage. The crit damage is a little low. 157 is pretty low. Normally, I would re-roll the 5th gear option to crit damage, but she really needs the attack. Again, because it's part of the Reflect. So she's actually under 100,000 right now with the energy attack. I think that's pretty bad. So I'm going to give her some Odins. Yeah, I think that's like just really, really bad. So we're going to go give her some magic Odins, and we're going to give her some heal Odins for her HP. And we're going to take a geese at... You know what? I'll give her... I'm going to give her some of the... what's it called? The crit damage as well. So we're at 99 now. 99 and 147. Okay, that's not bad. Are we on a team up right now? No, we're not. Okay, good. Because the team up affects the details page. So we're going to also replace those HPs over there with crit damages. Again, this helps the crit damage, but it also really helps her reflect. And so now with a build like this, if she underperforms, now we'll know it's like, okay, she's underperforming because she needs to be buffed, for example, right? If she can't kill anybody, if she's kind of just like weak in PvP, then we know kind of the reason for that, or we have a better idea. We have a better understanding. So rather than doing this at 80 tier 3 and then, you know, Okay, so we're at 103,000 right now, 150,000 HP. These numbers look a lot better. I'm liking this. We're going to go ahead and take her in with just a standard team. All right, we're going to try against the top-rated Vibranium player first. We swapped over to America Chavez because she has a brilliant... She has a brilliant liberation. Nice, we kill him on the wake up. She has a brilliant liberation and she gives HP. So we're gonna go for HP instead of damage reduction. I don't know if that's better. She dies anyways. Okay, she does get the one wake up kill, but that's it. All right, let's take a look at another player here. This is a Molecule Man lead, which we're not really. It doesn't really matter because we don't have any Colossus supports or Hela or anything like that. But Chavez is doing a little bit too good of a job. Well, she's stalling for Emma. Let's just put it that way. We don't get reflect on the wake up here. Okay, she's gonna pop the third skill. Does a decent amount of damage. The only downside... Ooh, she almost killed him, but it seemed like he revived from 1 HP. She does get the cooldown back on her third skill, so she's able to loop it, which is really nice. We didn't set her tier 4 striker. I'm so dumb. So she's actually missing a piece of value. But she's hanging in here right now. This is not bad at all. Hanging in versus Sentry is a thing that few characters do, but he's going to pop his tier 3 soon. Okay, let's see how she does against Null here. She doesn't have her third skill up. She tanks the second skill. Without Agent Venom, Null's got nothing. Oh, baby doll. Yeah, dang. Okay, that was a bit unfortunate. We almost had him. She almost soloed. That was not bad. Now, a couple of things here. One, could go for a Brilliant instead of a Mighty. That's definitely something to consider. Tier 4 ability, kind of important. So let's go ahead and put that back in. One more fight here, and then we're going to talk about her being buffed in Timeline, which does, in a way, contribute to her performance. So it is a tiny bit misleading, but there's nothing I can do to hide it or negate it for now. I could wait until after the weekly reset, but I really wanted to get this tier 4 in. She does pretty well against Sentry here. She kills him on the wake up, by swapping in and reflecting the damage he was dealing. You can also kind of simulate that yourself by just switching characters until he does an AoE and then switching to Emma. I think the nice test here is going to be against Silver Surfer because it's Reflect versus Reflect. This is, I think, like the 20th ranked Timeline player, so... not a name that I personally recognize, and it's a no support team, but against no support teams, she does surprisingly well, especially with a Mighty. This is Marquis Senior. The only thing that kind of takes a bit of the shine off of this performance here is that when you queue up and you go into the recommendations, well, you can see it there. She's a buffed character. So until today at reset, at weekly reset, she's going to have an additional buff because she wasn't being used by players, by anyone. So you can see there, she has a 1 buff. Thankfully, it's not any higher than 1. And basically what that means is she gets an additional 10% attack, 10% defense, 10% HP, and 5% penetration. Or I think it's Pierce, I don't know, but it's called penetration rate. So that is absolutely affecting her performance. She's not going to be as strong in like 8 hours from now when the weekly reset happens. So please, please, please keep that in mind. It's very important. It does obscure or kind of like inflate her value a little bit. Team Battle Arena is a little bit more tricky to test in, but I do want to do a couple of runs to see how she performs. So I'm going to put her on this team here with Madeline and America Chavez. Chavez has a Brilliant Liberation for an additional HP and chain hit damage reduction, as well as the HP on her passive, giving 40%. And then we're using Madeline lead for the debuff cleanse, as well as for stacking blast types, because we're going to sort of hunt and put Emma in line with Wolverine players to see if we can get consistent kills on Wolverine. Now, it's a bit unfortunate because I usually use Adam to kill Wolverine, and he's very, very good at it, but I do also lose sometimes. Adam rarely loses to Wolverine, but it happens in about 5 to 10% of matches, and that can actually be the difference maker. So instead, I'm going to then shift Adam up to a mirror match. A lot of this does end up being a mirror match, but we'll see what happens here. Hopefully, we don't ace them so that Emma has a chance to actually fight. So the first one is a bit of a coin toss here. I don't know. This is AP Toms. This is a pretty high ranked. I'm in Challenger, so pretty much everybody is good. There are no bad players. There are no weak accounts. We're talking brilliant CTPs on everybody. So I could absolutely just get blanketed 0-3 on this one. But we'll wait to see what happens. We have to get to Emma first, but I do want to showcase the whole fight. Just so you can see the caliber of opponent here is nothing to, it's very, very serious. I should kill him on the wake up from the reflect. No, I didn't. What? That made no sense, dude. I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? Reflect does some really wonky things in this game. This one's probably going to be an L as well. It's very difficult for Wolverine to get the kill on Sentry. He sometimes does, don't get me wrong. But he has to, almost guaranteed, he has to get the kill before Sentry triggers his artifact. If Sentry triggers his artifact before Wolverine gets the first kill, it's curtains for the man Wolverine. So yeah, this might be a total fail, in which case I'm just going to have to cut it out of the video. So that's really nice. I'm really hoping that Adam pulls this one out here. Okay, it's looking like he will. It's looking like he will. Sorry, I'm playing with something off camera. I'm nervous. Okay. All right, we do get to test her. Okay, perfect. Let's take a look at here. All right. Okay. Okay, we did trigger his artifact. Nice. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, not enough survivability, it seems like, or not enough crowd control. I don't know. That was a bit disappointing. This one's against MPKB. This one's these Team Battle Arena fights are really tricky to record videos for, because when you're trying to test a specific character, because you're almost trying to throw a little bit. You're not trying to win so early, especially because you can't move enemy teams around. And a lot of teams are not putting their weakest teams at the top. They're putting them at the bottom. So it's usually not until like round 4 or 5 that you can really test them, unfortunately. Unless you throw them against Sentry, sure, but they're not going to perform very well. Again, this one could end up being an 0-3 before we even get to the good stuff. It's probably not going to be an 0-3. But same shit happening here with this reflect. And I'm going to wake up and die again? No. Okay, this time I actually woke up and killed him on the reflect. There we go. That's what should have happened to AP Toms. No offense to AP Toms, but that's what should have happened in that one fight. I don't mind losing, but that first one with Silver Surfer was sketchy. Okay, we can see a Shala Ball here with an enemy Emma. So we can see how this performs. And they do get the kill. Interesting. Shala dies here. Adam dies. But now on the wake up, is Shala Ball going to kill me? Oh, no. Shala Ball's dead twice. Okay, never mind. It's just Adam here, and he gets iced. That was interesting, though. Maybe a double. Maybe you have to stack reflects. Now I'm kind of hoping we lose this one so I can actually test Emma. Like, I want to win to get the points. Don't get me wrong. But I want to lose to test Emma, man. It's a bit frustrating. I feel like we should have the ability to... see? Adam can lose to Wolverine. We should have the ability to do a couple of practice matches in Team Battle Arena. I understand that not having practice matches is important for like players to keep their strategies secret. You don't want to make reveal things too early. We did pop the immortality on... No, she's dead. Yeah, there's just not enough juice in this. There's just not enough damage. So I'm not saying Emma's not good for Team Battle Arena. So this is using a Sentry, a debuffed Sentry. So we'll see if she dies to a debuffed Sentry. She shouldn't. But we'll see here. Her and Hela. Yeah, she dies. Wow. Yeah, she's just she seems too weak defensively. I know it's a mighty conquest. But I still think she shouldn't be dying this quickly, personally. And I'm not really sure where to use her right now because of it. Because she seems very fragile defensively. And yeah, needing a brilliant by default is kind of where I draw the line in terms of value. She should be performing a little bit better. Dying to read a character that she has type advantage against, and then a character that's debuffed completely Sentry, dying in the first like 10 seconds to those characters is pretty disappointing. I know she doesn't have immortality. I know she doesn't have revive. She doesn't have the basic damage negation like Black Swan, but it is still disappointing to see how easily she, she goes down. And if she was something like a glass cannon, where she did a lot of damage, but she died quickly, that's okay. But she's also not doing a lot of damage, right? Here, she's actually surviving for quite a long time. She finally dies, but she lasted about as long as Doctor Doom. That's not necessarily a good thing. So you're thinking like, oh, that's good, right? She's survived as long as Doctor Doom, and Doctor Doom has revive, right, Alex? That's good, isn't it? Well, no, it's not good because remember, Doctor Doom has 500% increase damage taken because he's a villain. 500%. So he was taking 500% more damage than he should have been taking, and she's also dealing, as a superhero, an additional 250%. So there's 750% of a gap. And so the fact that she lasted as long as him is not good. That's actually not good. Because then under normal circumstances, she would have died way sooner. And so we're comparing a seasonal uniform for a paywall Crystal Wall character that just came out to a uniform that's not seasonal, that's not paywall, for a character that's from an epic quest, from a character that came out, from a uniform that came out a year ago. So then in that case, again, these are very limited, sort of niche, almost anecdotal testings. It's very, very difficult to get an exact reading on a character these days for PvP if they're not clearly OP or clearly garbage. And that's where Emma is. She's not garbage, but she's clearly not OP. And so trying to get a gauge on then where she fits in this, like, amorphous globular thing between Sentry Null and then, like Hulkbuster, right? It's like, where does she fit? But I think that is a pretty good example. Like here, she should kill Agent Venom. There's no reason why she should die before Agent Venom. There's just no reason. That's just crazy. That's crazy. I have a brilliant liberation on Hela. Hela's buffing Emma to do more damage against heroes. And she has type advantage. That's just nuts. Like here, I don't know what's happening. Like, where's type advantage? I do 60% increased damage. And I take 20% less damage. What is happening? Yeah, that's just crazy. It's just crazy. I don't know. I don't know. Otherworld Battle is a weird game mode. It's a lot of players say that it's just a coin flip. But at the same time, you do want to see some consistency. And with Emma, you're not seeing any consistency because her defenses are so low and her attack is not high enough. So I think, I hate to, like, every character needs to get buffed. I know. It gets kind of tired and annoying after a while, but I think she needs a buff, man. I think she needs a buff. I think either she needs a buff or we haven't figured out her best PvP build yet. Bro, she died. Okay, sure. Listen, I admit that maybe we haven't tested her. Maybe like a brilliant refinement, a brilliant egg, or maybe a brilliant conquest is what she needs. I don't know. Maybe. But, man, losing this one is going to be a bit of a heartbreaker. Thank God. Oh, man. I was going to go to Splitsville if I lost that one, bro, for real. But, yeah. On the one hand, it's possible we haven't found her best build yet. On the other hand, I do feel like she's underperforming a little bit. And I would personally like to see either more attack or more defense. I think she needs one of the two. She either needs more defense or she needs more attack. Because the attack basically allows her to reflect more. And then the defense would just allow her to tank more. But right now, I think she's just a little bit off of where she should be, considering the fact that she's a seasonal uniform for a Crystal Wall character that just came out. That's kind of the issue here. You're not getting enough bang for your buck with this character right now. I don't think so. Unless you're going to be punching down in timeline battle against 0 support teams, right? But then once you come up against a support team with Colossus or anybody else, she's not going to have enough damage to kill, and you're going to end up getting washed. And that's the problem because, like Thanos and others, no revive, no immortality. So, yeah, hit me up in the comments down below. Let me know what you think. Like, right now, I can only rate this like a 6 out of 10. It's not bad. It's pretty good. I think it should be better for the cost. I think it should be better for the cost. But that's just me. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.